So let's say you have two functions, y is equal to x square and y is equal to square root of x. And they're bounded by the x-axis and the y-axis. Okay, so y equals x square. The graph is like this. It's an upward opening parabola, and y equals to square root of x is this. Okay.
Okay.
We have to find out the area between these two curves. So we know that that area is this.
Okay.
So first of all, you will have to find out the bound. So this point and this point. This point we know it is 0, 0. And how will you find out this point? This is the point of intersection.
Intersection. Yeah.
Yes. So you can equate them. To find out the point of intersection, you can equate them. X square is equal to root x.
Yeah.
Okay, and it's very easy. Well, 1. If you take x equals to 1, you know 1 square is equal to square root of 1. This point will be, so we know that one value is 1. And to find out the other value, you can put 1 in any of these equations. So y is equal to 1 square, which is 1. So this point will be 1, 1. This point. This point is 1, 1. Now, to find out the area, you should understand the logic behind it. You know that area under a curve, if you find out 0 to 1 of fx dx. Let's say this curve, let's call it f of x, and let's call this curve as g of x. If you find out area under f of x, you will get this entire area, right? That is the meaning of area under the curve. And you'll get that area by this expression, this entire area. But you want only the red area. So from this entire area, if you subtract the yellow portion, from the blue portion, if you subtract the yellow portion, you will get the red portion.
Okay.
Right? So the yellow portion will be 0 to 1 integral of g of x dx.
And you subtract that, right?
And then you subtract both the areas. So other way of writing this is, you can combine the integral. So 0 to 1, f of x minus g of x dx. So whenever you have to find out area between the two curves, what you will do, you will take the upper curve. This is the upper curve. Write it here. Minus the lower curve. This is the lower curve. And you integrate it from the points of intersection. Those will be the limits. So you have to integrate it from 0 to 1. So this will be 0 to 1. F of x, the upper curve is square root of x. And the bottom curve, the lower curve is this one, which is x square. Okay?
Okay.
dx. Okay, so what will be antiderivative of square root of x and x squared?
1/2. Wait, 1/2 x, 1/3 x cubed, and
No, Tanveer. What is integration of square root of?
Yeah, that's 2/3 x to 3/2.
This is x raised to 1/2. So 2/3. Okay, 2 plus 1. So that will be 3/2. Okay. Minus integration of x square will be x cube over 3. And you have to apply the limits. So 0 to 1 and 0 to 1. Okay.
Okay.
So I think that's something that you can do, right? Applying the limits. So we'll not find out the final answer. Just put 1 minus 0, and then here also 1 minus 0. So this is how you find area between the curves. Okay, see number 1. These are the kind of questions that you can expect. Let R be the region bounded by the graphs of y equals to minus 3x and y equals to x square minus 6x. What is the area of R? Okay. So first you will need to draw the region R before you can set up your integral. First, draw the region. So line y equals to minus 3x will be kind of, it will be a straight line like this.
Mhm.
Okay. And then what will be the graph of y equals x square minus 6x?
Mhm.
It will be a parabola. Now you should be able to draw these graphs because here you're not allowed to use calculator. So you
Okay.
cannot plot the graph using a graphing calculator. So what will be the graph of x square minus 6x?
Half of what?
This one, this graph, x square minus 6x. Line like this.
I don't know.
See, this line, it is going to be kind of like this. And x square minus 6x, this is a parabola. Okay. So your region is this region. Okay. You know that this point is 0, comma 0. Can you find out this point?
X
Minus
squared equals 3x.
minus 3x plus 6x, that will be, see, x square minus 6x plus 3x equals to 0. Factor out an x, so x minus 6 plus 3 equals 0. So x minus 3 equals 0. So x is equal to 0 and 3.
Mhm.
So this 0 actually corresponds to this one, and this 3 corresponds to this point. So the point of intersection is 3 comma. Well, you don't actually need the y coordinate, so we don't want the y coordinate right now. Now, can you set up the integral then, Veer? What will be the area? Yeah, so you have to take the upper function minus the lower function for this region.
Mhm.
This region is bounded by, you can see, it's bounded by the green line, which is on the top, and the blue curve, which is on the bottom. Okay.
Mhm.
This line is y equals minus 3x. And this curve is, it's given in the question, this one. This curve is y equals x squared minus 6x. So remember, you have to do the top function minus the bottom function. So the top function is this minus 3x minus the bottom function is this. Okay.
Mhm.
And dx. And you have to integrate it from 0 to 3. So 0 to 3. Okay.
Okay.
And this is actually very easy. You can simplify it and you can find out the answer. Okay. Number 9, part A.
Okay.
So this time we have let S be the shaded region in the first quadrant enclosed by the y-axis and the graphs of y equals 3 minus 3 raised to x and y equals square root of. You can see there are two curves. Can you identify which curve is which one? So you have two equations, square root of x and 3 minus 3x. Can you identify? So which curve is this one? Is it 3 minus 3 raised to x or is it square root of x? This one.
That one's square root of x.
That is square root of x. Okay, so you should write it y equals square root of x. And that means this is 3 minus 3 raised to x. First part is find the area of S. Okay,
Mhm.
how will you find area of region S?
The integral of 3 minus 3x
Mm-hmm.
minus the integral of root x.
Yes. So the top function is this. So integral of 3 minus 3 raised to x minus the bottom function is this. So minus square root of x. All of this
Okay.
dx, and what will be the limits this point to this point.
Okay.
So you know this point is 0. So the lower limit is 0.
Okay.
And what is this point? How will you find out this point? Just equate them, put them equal to each other. 3 minus 3 raised to x equals to square root of x. And here you can use calculator on this page. On this page, you can use calculator. So even this, when you have to solve this equation, use the calculator, okay?